Hello and welcome to the Leckiju Lounge. This is your host Lex, and as Madison Beer once said, I know I should be bitter, but baby, right now I'm bittersweet. Now that it's over, you blame it all on me. I know I should be bitter, but baby, right now I'm bittersweet. I think I'm gonna be singing this episode. I've been singing a lot lately. I've had a lot of songs in my head. A lot of which came from the Victoria's Secret fashion show, which we'll talk about later. If you didn't notice, or if you're just listening, this is just a me episode. It's just me, no guest. I noticed that I haven't had an episode of just me in like 5 episodes. I think I tracked that my last 5 episodes have all had guests. 3 of which were episodes with my brother, which I love to do. But I've got the OG mic just because this one's a lot easier to set up, and I thought I don't need all the equipment unless I'm having a guest. And although I'm very thankful to have guests and I love doing it with someone else, I thought I really just want to sit down and talk like with myself. I noticed my light is not on. Ghetto, let's turn that on. But no, I want to film by myself and talk about things I want to talk about. And not that that's not possible with other people, but I like the energy sometimes of just me time, because it does feel like me time, if that makes sense. But what's been going on with me lately, because I want to catch y'all up a little bit. Well, same teaching and like choreographing job, and that's been fun. It's all going fine, I think. I'm actually subbing and working a lot this week and last week because some of the other teachers are out this week for like a production, because a lot of them happen to be professional dancers as well in the company, so they have to like leave and do their duties in the company, but I have to like fill in, so I'm working there just about every day, which is fun. I am able to go see the show this weekend. If you aren't seeing the show, this will come out on Thursday, and it will be that weekend. So if you happen to see this and you don't have tickets and you want to go see Dracula the show, you can see my brother and a whole bunch of my friends in that. They have a show on Friday night, 8 p.m. They have 2 shows on Saturday and then a show on Sunday. You can find those at me just giving them a plug at the Georgia Ballet website. And look under Dracula. It's ballet about vampires. It's not really too spooky, but it's a little spooky, a little bit adult. I heard that they have like a age limit of 12 on there, so that's fun. It's a good show. I would recommend. I think it's fun. My brother's playing Dracula in it. He's doing a whole lot for that. He's really great at it though. So yes, I've been a working girl lately. And then in my other life, let's see, my other jobs, I would say modeling has been, I recently did a shoot. If you haven't seen the photos, I would go check them out on my Instagram at Leckiju. It's like, I did this photo shoot with this guy. We found each other on Instagram, and it was like, the whole experience was so cool. It was like, I got to work with a makeup artist for the first time, which I've never done, and yeah, he had a makeup artist and just him, the photographer, and we kind of like came up with the ideas styling wise together. Mostly his ideas though, and his concepts, because I've actually never had this happen before, but we connected online because he had shot 2 other model friends that I have, and then he like reached out, we got talking, and then he said that he had like a mood board for me. He was like, give me a second and I'll send you over the mood board. I'm thinking like, what is this gonna be? He sends me a link to a Pinterest board, and like he fully made a whole concept for us to do together, and I was like, this is crazy. Like, not that it's crazy, because that's like a pretty normal thing to make mood boards, but like especially it being a TFP, which is like a trade for print, basically like a collaboration. So like I'm not paying the photographer, he's not paying me. It's kind of just like for both of our portfolios. And that is like, you know, if I was paying a really well-known photographer, then like I can see them styling me and picking the moods and stuff like that and helping me through that process, like as a newer model. But No, I think he also just trusted me as a professional that like he could kind of throw a concept at me, and it really did pay off. He sent me the Pinterest board and I was like, I love this. I mean, I like creative freedom, but I also like following direction when I trust the person. And this guy, like, even though we hadn't met, because of the way he was going about things and messaging me and like sending me this and basically like just giving me a very understandable concept, and he told me, he's like, I'm open to suggestions you want to do if you want to like alter this, but like he had an idea and had a vision, and I love that so much. Like, I've always loved that whenever I work with different photographers, like the photographers who really give a lot of direction and help you is like amazing. And it's not that you're a bad model, or it's not that you're like inexperienced. A lot of times what they like, you don't know what the photos look like. Sometimes you don't have the monitor up, and sometimes it's only what they see, and you don't know if you're giving them what they want or don't want based on their camera they're using, their lens that they're using, their lighting, the angles they're using. You know what I mean? It's not like it's your fault necessarily if the images look bad, but sometimes you just need more communication between you and the photographer to say like, it's working, it's not working, and a lot of direction helped. I remember my first like professional test shoot ever was with a photographer named Chris Trini, and he like, it could not have been a better first photo shoot because he was so helpful and so like, he just directed me really well, and I appreciated that because going in, I'm like, I don't even know what poses to do. I don't know what's good marketability. I don't know what's good for a portfolio, and like those, he also came up with so many images. It was really great, but that was a lot of fun. So basically, in my modeling world, I did that photo shoot. I'll maybe put some of the photos here if you're watching the video podcast, and yeah, if not, you can check them on my Instagram. I did 2 looks. They're so cool. Also, for it to be a trade shoot, the images came out so well. I'm like, these are very professional. So I'm very proud of and thankful for the photographer and the makeup artist. Check them out as well. You can see them tagged on my Instagrams. But what else is new in the modeling world is I have a casting tomorrow, because I'm filming this on Tuesday and this will come out Thursday, but so when this comes out I would have already done the casting. I kind of love like the future-ness of content creation and like YouTube and stuff, because it's just kind of cool to me. It's kind of like movies and TV. But yeah, when this comes out, I would have already done the casting. I don't know if I would have heard back from the casting because I don't know how that's gonna work. But I'm nervous, obviously, but super excited. I get to cast with, if you don't know, I'm already signed with an Atlanta agency. It's the Atlanta network, or the like Atlanta branch of Select, which is a global agency network, and they have locations in LA, Miami, Atlanta, Chicago. I think those are the 4 US locations, and then they have Stockholm, London, Milan, and Paris. Yeah, I think there's 8 total. And so there's actually, I want to say I'm casting for like 3 of the locations, but all at once. The Paris, Milan, and London ones. And I'm getting to meet with the CEO of Select Global, which I've never met with. I don't think he lives in the States, but that's like crazy, super exciting. So I should get to meet him and cast with him and look for placement hopefully in Milan, London, or Paris. I'm hoping for at least one of the 3. Obviously, more is more, but I think like one of the 3 is really what I'm hoping for and what my goals are, because I do think that like the European market is maybe where I should like go to next. Maybe that's the next step. For my look, I think that is kind of the vibe, but I'm very excited for that. I think that like that could be something that's like so life-changing, even if it's just like something that is a stepping stone that builds to something, you know what I mean? And I think that it's very possible. I'm definitely like looking for change. I'm so eager, especially like lately. I've been so eager with like my modeling career as a whole. I actually like told my brother, he said that this was crazy, but I was like, my modeling career, I told myself the other day, this like, I need this more than anything in the world. I was just thinking about it, and it's like, sometimes I like lay at night, and I mean, I've done this with other things, but not that many things, like maybe 2 things. And like, I'll just kind of lay on my side. This is going to be such a visual. So imagine this. I like lay on my side. Maybe I have like a pillow, but like I kind of just like curl up and like, or hug my pillow or something. Like it's more of like a tight position, but not necessarily like balled up. It's tight on the inside of your body. It's like sucking in. It's like tensing up because it's like the feeling of wanting something so bad. So it's this really tight position that I'm like very, it's just the feeling of like wanting something so bad. I don't know how to explain it, but like sometimes, people say like what keeps you up at night? It's like something that I'm laying around at night, not going to bed because I'm thinking about it. And it's something you want so bad that you just like tighten up and like hug something and like, oh, I want it so bad that it hurts. That type of thing. I've experienced that with like people, like my ex, and like even when he was like, we were still together, and I just like wanted to be near him, and we weren't together physically. So there's that. But then I've also experienced it with like, let me think, like, the other day I was thinking of like this man. I was thinking about like my celebrity crush, Son from ATEEZ. Like I saw a photo of him and I was like, I told myself, I was like, I want him, like I need him more than anything in this world. But then I was like, hold up, that doesn't sound very career based. Let me rewire, because the other day I was thinking about my career and my modeling career, and I was like, yeah, no, more than that, I need the modeling career that I desire. Like I need my modeling career more than anything in the world. And that is true. Like as much as I love other things, as much as I love people, like and like the idea of romance is so important to me in my life too, and that's something that I really want, but it doesn't outweigh the career that I'm like so desiring of, if that makes sense. I'm just like really, that is just something I need. And I'm working towards it every single day. Some days feel more productive and some not so much, but like recently I've been in a very big, like hungry era. That sounds crazy, but like a hungry era for it. And I was talking to my friend last night. I was like, I really need this. I've been like working on myself and like working on my researching and my journaling and like things to gear me towards it, prepare me for it, and like really just reworking my brain to get me ready and get me going. And I think I'm doing literally everything that I can at the moment, like, which at least that will make me not regretful in any way. And like, I'm kind of that person of like, I want the opportunity. If I don't get things because I wasn't right for them, or I didn't, that's okay. That's okay, because this happened recently of this show. It actually happened yesterday. It was a runway show that I really wanted to do in Atlanta, and for this brand, I really wanted to be a part of it. And I even told my agency, like, this is something I really want to be a part of. Just letting you know, like, I don't know if that gets me, I knew it wouldn't get me a better chance, but I just wanted to let them know that that's something I really wanted to do. And they were like, thanks so much for like letting us know, and we did submit you for this. And then when confirmations came back, I wasn't confirmed for it, and that's like fine with me. I mean, I'm obviously upset about it a little bit, but like, because that's something I would have loved, but maybe next time, or maybe there's something better in store, like maybe it'll be sweeter. But that was just like, at least I knew that I was submitted for the job. That's enough for me. That's what I'm getting at here. So like, I just want the opportunity to cast for something, and as long as I don't have any regrets also, because like I would feel differently if there was something like I didn't even have the chance at. But if I did my best and I don't have regrets and I wasn't the pick for it, that's fine by me. So yeah, I'm kind of in that era, but I'm once I said journaling, it made me think. Like I recently got into journaling because everyone says that it's like good, and everyone, there's a lot of people that I look up to, like role models who actually are models, or like people like stars that I look up to, and they say that they like journal and they manifest this, or like they have a journal entry that said that they were going to do this. One of them recently being Alex Kansani, who's a model. If you don't know, she was model of the year 2024. And it's like she said something about, I think she was doing a video that was like it was on either a Get Ready With Me with Vogue, or like one of those things like what's in my skincare routine with Elle, like one of those things. And I watched it, and she said that like she manifested this, like she probably she could find the journal entry of where she like manifested that and put that into existence, put it into the universe. And like that is obviously such a cool thing. And it's like it made me really want to get into journaling, because so many people, even people that I know, say that it's like done well for them. People on TikTok say that this is like a good, like this is one of the most useful tools that you can do all on your own. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna give it a try for a little while. I'm gonna give it a try. Like I've done it in the past for like, maybe I remember actually looking back in this journal that I was going to use again, and it had like 3 entries, all like 2 days or like all 3 days apart. So I did it, but not consistently. And even now, like I did it for a straight week, and then I like kind of broke away from it, because I got all of these career based, a lot of them prompts, like journal prompts online. I researched for like career prompts, then like specifically modeling career prompts, and then also like romance prompts, like into like finding your dream person, because I kind of wanted to do like a mix of those, since honestly like those are the most important things to me, is like my career and my person. I don't know, like, and this sounds so funny, but like I don't know what else there would be for other people, but like that's obviously, there's other things like family, and that's just what's important to me. So I wanted to do like some of each of those prompts every day, and I did. I don't know, like it doesn't seem super helpful to me, and I don't know, like maybe it's just to stick with it type of thing, and maybe it will, but I just don't know if that's like my way of doing it. To me, I know that it's productive for the brain, but to me, like my brain's already there. And maybe that's why in the terms of like people say they like prepare their brain for specific things in the future, or like for being a star, and it's like I feel like I'm already there. That sounds very egotistical, but like that's just how I feel. I feel like ready for those things and prepared for those things to happen. And yeah, I don't know. That's where I'm at with journaling. But it is fun. I would say, like, especially talking about romantic things, like it is fun to journal. It is fun because that's like imaginative, but also putting into reality. Which at least it's fun. I'm gonna take a break and clear my throat. Excuse me. Hola and welcome back. I have a clear throat now. Drink some water. And oh my god, it already started. I wanted to talk about something so significant in my life right now. Okay, so it's currently Tuesday. Wednesday of last week is when the Victoria's Secret fashion show was live. I was sadly at work, so I couldn't watch it live, but that's okay. I watched it later that night by myself, and it is all I've been thinking about to this day. And it'll probably continue for like at least 2 weeks, or at least through the end of this week. I've been always obsessed with the Victoria's Secret fashion show as a whole and as a concept. Like growing up, I watched it every year. Cause like thankfully my parents watched it, and I'm very thankful that like they allowed us to watch it, and like we grew up with that in a sense, because that was very like brain altering for me, and like it's so monumental, so major. And like I remember when they were going to come back with it last year, obviously I was stoked. I was so excited, and a lot of people were like disappointed by last year. And although I totally understand a lot of the reasons, I thought that I was still like a step in the right direction, and I was not like I was not upset with it. I understand that like, and we have to grasp this as a whole, like you may never get back to those like golden times, golden ages, and like you may never get back to that. We have to understand that like so many movies and like things, media that came out before I was born or like that I grew up with in the early 2000s, like those things were, I mean, we're not necessarily going to get back to that quality. I don't expect that. I really don't. That's why like when new movies come out or new shows come out and I'm like, "Wait, this is good." It's like that's such a cool thing to experience. A lot of times like I don't watch a whole lot of new movies. A lot of times I only watch new movies if they're horror cuz horror is my favorite genre. And it's just like I'll expect to at least get like some new scares and stuff. And that's really the only like new movies that I feel wowed by. But like we have to kind of accept that. Maybe that's sad for some people and I understand that, but like to me it's kind of expected. I mean, if I don't know if we'll ever like go back in time to that, to these amazing like quality things, but like the high production and the campness and like the amazingness of the Victoria's Secret shows, I don't know if we'll ever get back to that, but personally, I feel very like impressed with what they did do. So like, I'm just happy. I'm just living. I'm just like, I'm so excited. I'm stoked about the whole situation of the brand and like I mean, they have little subtle rebrands. They have like the new producer and the new like the creative director this time, and like he did such an amazing job. So I wanted to talk about it. Obviously, there's so much to talk about. I never had an episode. I didn't even have a podcast last year, but like the last year's one I want to talk about briefly because like I said, I was not disappointed in it because I was just happy that we were getting something. And I remember like Lisa, I thought from Blackpink, Lisa, I thought she did a great job performing. She looked beautiful. Like, and I'm not the biggest Blackpink fan nor Lisa fan, but like I thought she did really well, and I also think she was like a surprising choice, but a good choice for the show. Also thought Tyla did well. She sounded good. She performs well. Like, I don't know, she was just good. And then they had Cher. Cher was in the finale, also good. I think she's very good for the brand also. She looked amazing. I mean, I don't even know how old Cher is. I can't remember at the moment, but like for what she wore, I remember what she wore and like work. You're iconic. But I definitely do think that this year was better than last year, which is like, see what I'm saying is it's a step in the right direction. If this year, like maybe next year will be even better and even like closer to what expectations are and like what we're imagining. So I want to start by saying the performers I think was a good lineup, mostly. Half and half. I'm half and half because I think the first performer, Madison Beer, I thought she was like such a good choice for this. Such a good choice. I mean, she's like, yes, she's beautiful and she does kind of like give modern, but also like that bombshell vibe that was like kind of their theme for that segment. And so like her songs also just match Victoria's Secret to me because she played like Make You Mine and Bittersweet that are like they feel dreamy. They feel like romance, but like dreamy and just very beautiful. And then she did Yes Baby, which is like her newer song or one of her newer songs, and it's like a little hard hitting, but the idea is like it's a little sexual and a little like it's hot, and that's like it just matches the vibe of Victoria's Secret. So I think she was such a great choice. She looked stunning, performed well. Her and her wings, her walking the runway, she looked great. The next performer they had was it the Carol G segment? I think so. It was either Carol G or was it the Pink segment? I'll talk about Carol G first, but she, amazing. I don't know much about Carol G, nor like I didn't know hardly anything about her before this show, and I know that might not be good to say, but she was so good. I love the music. Like now those songs are stuck in my head too, and she's a great performer. Her wings were fabulous. I loved her outfit too. Just a good job, and it looked like she had fun. Looked like she's like just such a good performer. I'll talk about the Pink segment, which was where Twice performed. And this is like such a hot topic. I feel bad because like I'm the K-pop girly. I'm supposed to be, hyping the girls up, representing the K-pop girls. And although I'm very happy that Twice was there and I was so excited for their performance, then I was like, it was a little disappointing. And I think so. I heard something that they like wanted to get Blackpink. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's why only 4 members could go. But Blackpink, I'm not saying that they would be like good or bad for this. I don't think they should have had it after having Lisa there last time. But also the Blackpink, like it does kind of go branding wise, but I don't think that their performance necessarily would have been better. That's just me. But Twice, I love the Twice girls, okay? And I will start by saying that. They looked adorable. I thought that their dancing was really good. Vocally, they did not sound great. And like I know Chewy came online after and said like sorry to the fans because she was like sick and dealing with a throat issue and like she wasn't able to get that under control. I think if I'm breaking it down, I think Momo did really well. They gave it the least lines. Also, these 4 members were having to cover lines for 9 members. So Momo I think sounds good. She sounds pretty similar to her recording. Jiho had her moments, good and not so good. And then Nayeon and Chewy, not my favorite. I think I've seen them do better. I'll say that. And I just didn't love that section of the show either. The Pink section it's not like a bad section, but it's maybe not my favorite because it's a little less glamorous. But I also thought that they threw in some models there, like some really amazing ones, but some that maybe didn't have super like star power, and that's controversial. Let's move on to the next performer was Missy Elliott. Closed it. I think Missy Elliott is so iconic and I was very excited for that. However, one, I don't think that she like her performance did not really like resemble the brand Victoria's Secret. And I felt that way. I heard someone say that it was giving more Super Bowl, and I thought the exact same thing. It's an amazing performance. She did great. She's so good at what she does, and like they had so many dancers, so much choreography, but there weren't any angels in it, and like there weren't any walking during it, so it kind of just felt like closing the Victoria's Secret show. Now we have a concert from Missy Elliott, then go back to the finale and let the girls walk out. And I didn't like that as much. Like I feel like Cher, when she did the finale, they had the finale walk while she was performing, and I thought that was like, one, she went more with the brand, her songs go with the brand, and also the models were actually on stage while it happened. So there's like a few factors like that. Next, after performances, there's been a lot of controversy online, and some people like liking it and not liking it, and I do think that some people just want to be negative per se and find something bad in it, but I think like there was a lot of good, so I don't know, let's just focus on the good, and like I said before, a step in the right direction. But I will say, like, I posted some things about the show, and I also posted, like, my own takes, like, me being in the next show, or me wanting to be an angel in the future, which is so true. And honestly, I think it will happen someday, but that was part of the controversy online topic, because, like, some people were supportive of me, and some people were very sweet, but some people said, like, things like, it's for women only, it's for this, and like they also got into like genetics. They're like, it's for people with only this type of genes and genetics, but like I thought that was weird, just because like I do understand what they're saying, and I understand it is a show for women and it's a show for that, but like I think that in the future, if there's more rebranding done and if there's like more evolution, they've already like opened up to so much more like diversity and bringing in new types of angels. And so like I'm not saying that they need to like bring in men too, I'm not saying that, but I want to say like broaden their idea of fantasy and beauty, because like I want to represent that. And yeah, they have had a male ambassador before. I'm blanking on his name, but I know he's an actor because I liked him in this show. Um, but yeah, they have had an ambassador. I think like eventually, if I'm walking that show, that would be amazing. My moments to highlight in the show as a whole, my favorite like models in the show were Candace Swanpole. I think her moment when she was in the black outfit and came down, so iconic. She looks amazing. I actually like the way she looks now more than I did even like back in her, maybe people would say prime. Like she to me looks better now. That's just more my style. My favorite model in the whole show was Angelina Kendall. She had two looks. One of them was in the Madison Beer part. She had the little like fan and like all the flowers, the pink flowers. And then she opened the part with the that like went into the song Toxic, and she walked to that, and that song's been stuck in my head ever since. And she had like all the flowers like kind of pouring off of the back of her. She had the sparkly little skirt. She is like, she's so amazing to me. And then I was researching her after the show, and I saw that she was 20 years old, and I was like, she's 2 months younger than me. I'm mad. I'm like so happy for her. That's so amazing. But at the same time, I'm like, like that's crazy. That's such an amazing like thing to be doing at 20 years old. You're not even just in the pink, like a pink girl. You are like in the show. She's so amazing. She looks so mature. And also for her to be young and like just walking, she was so entertaining. She was so engaging. And I was like, you better work. I love that for her. She's such an amazing model. I also thought Bella Hadid in the red garment she had on was so stunning. I mean, Bella's always gonna hit. She's always gonna be amazing. But I did feel kind of bad for her and Gigi in the wings they gave them in their second looks. Both of their first looks I liked better, especially Bella's, the red. I think that whole Carol G section with all the red looks was so good. Alex looked amazing. Ooh, I didn't write this on my notes, but Anak Yai, her look in the Madison Beer part, the pink, that it was one of the best looks in the show. It was kind of like the little Vegas kind of showgirl moment with the little like feather hat piece. That was so, I mean, such a cute outfit, but on her and on her skin, so beautiful. That like pale pink. Oh my goodness. I loved it. There were just so many like memorable looks that I'll remember. Like last year, there aren't a whole lot of looks that are like in my brain right now. Like I remember what Alex wore, and I probably could remember a few, but like just off of my head, I remember what Gigi wore to open. But no, there's just like not as many. I think some of these looks from this year will like stick with me, which is kind of the idea and like being memorable. So lastly, I wanted to talk about a little bit the future of the brand. Like I said, I do think that they might open up more to other, I guess, just like open the brand more to other groups of people and things like that. And I understand the want to keep it exclusive, and I think that they definitely will to keep the class, but maybe I'm just saying all this because I want to be in it. And I do see myself like associated with the brand in the future. I also wrote down here a possible performers in the future. I think Sabrina Carpenter, great fit. I actually thought she was going to be in it this year, but I'm glad she wasn't because that's what I expected. And I like that they didn't do that. Like I pictured her performing the Madison Beer spot, but I'm so glad Madison Beer got to do it. But Sabrina's, worn custom Victoria's Secret. I think that's why she'd be great. I also think that aespa, it's a K-pop group, should have been in place of Twice. But maybe in the future, if they want to go for K-pop girlies, they'll put aespa in there. There's 4 of them, so I thought, great. Vocally, I think live they are better, personally. And I think that they also like have a Victoria's Secret angel look. So I thought they'd be good for that. I can see like, also I love XG. I think if they really went in the diverse route, one of my favorite groups, XG, could be such a cool fit there, because they're like they're such a good representation of like beauty looks so different. Even seven girls in one group, like they just take on such a unique concept and look that it's like these are beautiful women, but they're doing it in all of their different ways and they're also like outlandish. But yeah, that's basically all I had to say about Victoria's Secret. I've been wanting to get it out because I think some of my friends, and people around me in real life have heard enough about it. And I also saved some of it just to like ramble on here for. So if you have any like comments or hot takes from the show, comment them, let me know. I'm curious. And I hope you enjoyed me rambling on that. I post every week Thursdays at 6 p.m. So if you want to join the family, don't forget to like and subscribe to this, like this video and subscribe to the channel. And then you can turn on the post notifications so you don't even have to like remember when I'm uploading, and it'll give you a notification. And if you want to see what else I'm doing a lot of fun things. I post quite a bit on TikTok, for example. It's at Leckiju212. And then you can find my Instagrams. I have two. One of them's at Leckiju and the other one's at Leckiju.kpop, which is like my fanboy account. So you can check any of those out. They're going to be in the link tree on this channel, but I'll also put them in here. So they'll be in the description too. So go check me out everywhere. And this has been the Leckiju Lounge. Bye. Love you.